Welcome back to more Metroid Dread 0%. Last time we fought two bosses actually and had some story time with one of the last remaining Chozo. And now we're heading to yet another new area. We didn't really spend much time in Ferenia at all before heading to this place, which I can't introduce just yet. Actually, wait, no, I think the name appeared already, like travel to and then the name. This is Gavaran. And we can't get through that door. So Gavaran is a forest/jungle area. I always really like the idea of jungles as I wouldn't call this late game, this is more like mid game, but like jungles as mid to late game areas in games. Because often you think of forests as being very early game areas, but here, yeah, we've got a jungle coming kind of late-ish, and I've always liked that. Oh, great. Okay, so whenever the screen goes black for a bit, it means that there's like a boss or mini-boss coming. Hi there! Yep, I said we hadn't seen the last of these guys, and guess what? They're now the gold robot Chozo soldiers. Not only is their arena more awkward, but now both the red and the blue blade attacks one-shot you, as does their charge shot. So, yeah, these guys suck to fight on 0% severely. Yeah, bumping into them is one of the few things you can do that doesn't get you one-shotted. But I'm probably going to die to, like, any of their attacks now. You fired that charge shot off faster than I expected you to. Yeah, sometimes it can be good to, like, bait them into slashing and then flash shift around them, like that. Okay, I guess I can kind of... Okay. Wait for it. Wait for you to shoot there. Okay, I probably flash shifted too early there. Come on, come over here. Good. I'm not even trying to missile you because it's probably not worth it right now. I really should have waited a little bit and tried to bait you into blade charging. Charge shot. Regular shots. Get over here. It's really just an outlasting game. Just keep shooting them, keep playing, keep away. Don't get hit by any of the attacks that are one-shots, and don't get hit by too many of the attacks that are not one-shots. Get back over here, please. If you would be so kind. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's why I don't like going for the counter, because it's often, like, there's just way too little time to react to whether it's a blue or red blade attack, and if it's a red blade attack and you try and go for the counter, then, of course, you will just die, so... You have a bit of leniency in a casual run, not so much here. Charge shot, okay. I said before that phase shift would be like our best friend in boss fights. This is why. These guys really don't like phase shift. Get over here. Much longer until you die. Come on. Charge shot. My apologies if this isn't exactly the most engaging thing to watch, but this is pretty much my best bet at fighting these things on even terms. Wow, you still aren't even close. Every time it does the blade, I keep thinking that it's actually about to keel over. There we go, okay, got it. The good news is that the game automatically checkpoints after beating a boss, so yeah, that was a little bit annoying, but yeah, that's basically how these things go. They are a pain to deal with, and I pressed the wrong button there. There's also these little swarms of bugs that can charge shot or missile to get rid of a whole lot of them at once. They're mostly here to just annoy you while you're climbing on these things. Also, these like flytrap-like enemies, I find their counter timing is incredibly lenient. You can press the counter like a second before their tongue comes out and you'll still get it. So they're not really that bad. There is an Emmy frozen in the background. I wonder if we'll ever have to deal with it someday. Oh right, it's these guys again. And it already just died because my beam's a lot more powerful now. And forced Adam check-in. Hey, did you know that armored robot Chozo soldiers really suck?
Uploading data.
Samus, you are approaching the surface. This area, Gathering, appears to be an underground forest. The enemy have been deactivated, but Ravenbeak still desires the Metroid DNA within you. I have reviewed the video log of your encounter after your arrival. You were no match for him then. You are no match for him now. It is true that you have recovered many of your combat abilities. However, my analysis suggests that you would not be a worthy adversary for him, not even at full power.
Really? I mean, Samus in her suit has been low tier in basically every Smash Bros. Game, but give her some credit.
One thing still eludes me. Why did Ravenbeak spare you during that encounter? Something must have motivated him.
Well, we know that. He needs the Metroid DNA that she has. I mean, I wonder if it's harder to harvest if, you know, he killed her with his lasers. Okay, so let's keep moving. We can't do anything with those things yet. And yeah, see, the timing on those is just so lenient. But going through that, creating a bit of a one-way passage, grab that, slide through here. I don't think that thing can jump all the way up here. Counter you. And this sort of whale-looking enemy is really cool. If you get under it, it releases this kind of purple energy that drains your like life force. It's just kind of a cool enemy again. And counter that. Counter that. And yep, that's a morph ball bomb. These things would be pretty intimidating, but they do have a counter, so they're really not that bad. And in here, that would have been really useful to have earlier, just saying. Super missiles are treated in kind of an interesting way in this game. They're a straight upgrade to regular missiles. In fact, I think that's how they were in Fusion as well. Normally they're a separate ammo type, or I think my favorite way of handling super missiles in the series was in Prime, where they were the charge beam combo for, well, the beam combo for the charge beam. But basically they're just stronger missiles, and they can blast open green doors. And one-shot those things. They seem to have a little bit of a blast rate or something. They might fly slightly further, too. Okay, so yeah, there was a super missile cover all the way back here. So we can blast through that and proceed through that one way. Yeah, let's keep trying out our new super missiles. Wow, they actually don't do that well against those swarms. Charge beam seems to be better, which is a little weird. Yes, I actually believe that the bomb passage is the correct way to go here. Get another one of these. Oh, didn't we already establish that the charge beam is the best way to go against those things? But super missiles work great against them. And yeah, you can hide underneath surfaces to dodge the weird energy-sucking whale of doom. And already we have another transportation system. This is going to lead us to yet another area, though this one's a very small one. Despite how small it is, though, there is one power-up in this area that requires the last upgrade you get in order to get, so 100%ing this place is deceptively harder than it looks. There's an individual gallery reward for getting 100% items in every area, and again, you would think that getting 100% items in such a small area would be easy, but actually no, it's usually one of the last power-ups I end up getting. Elun. Now, if I remember right, this area is, well, there's a save room, but, also a cutscene. This area looks like it is very, very heavily locked down, probably for good reason. I don't think we should be unlocking this, but it is the only direction we have to travel. So I guess we just have to go into this highly sealed off, secure area. That has a billion eyes watching us. That's not creepy at all. Apparently, we are allowed access. Can't get through there. And that statue just ominously fell apart. Again, this is not ominous at all. What could possibly go wrong by exploring this forbidden, sealed-off area that we're probably not supposed to be in? That also fell apart. Clearly, nobody has done maintenance on these statues for a very long time, because no one's ever been in here for a very long time. Hi there, Zombie Chozo, I think is the official name of these things. And so, the return of the X-Parasites and the introduction of all of their gameplay mechanics from Fusion, which is really cool. So, X-Parasites, Samus can absorb them to get health and ammo, as it says there. But if you don't absorb them, they'll float around and reform themselves into a different type of enemy. So you need to absorb them to put them down for good. Yeah, usually just wait for the counter on those things, and then make sure you absorb their X. And that is an X variant of those wall blobs that electrify the wall when they connect to them. I do like the atmosphere of this place, and something else that I should mention as well, just... this sort of actually makes me wonder just how creepy they could make a Metroid Fusion remake with this kind of art style, because it just really kind of hammers home that sort of not zombie, but like viral apocalypse feeling of the X-Parasites and just like the black sludge everywhere and all of that. You get the feeling that this is actually how the infected station in Metroid Fusion probably was always supposed to look. But anyway, we have the Plasma Beam now, which pierces through enemies, and can also damage, armored enemies without needing to charge, and it can also destroy these green covers. It also increases our damage slightly, so that's good. And here is where you're supposed to test out your newfound powers, because we can rapid fire these, yeah, that laser can hit you from quite far away. So I'm gonna wait for it to fire. And then, yeah, rapid fire them. So yeah, our new Plasma Beam is putting in work against those things. I don't particularly care about that thing. Yeah, you don't really want to try and fight the Zombie Chozo without countering them, because they take a lot of punishment, and they do hurt you quite a lot if they hit you. Speaking of a lot of punishment, these things actually take a lot of punishment from super missiles before actually going down. And of course, you need to make sure that you absorb their, I was about to say essence, but no, absorb their X to make them stay down. Yeah, that X, some X are guaranteed to reform. I believe these things are also invincible while they're electrified, so you've got to wait for them to stop being electrified. And guess what? We have another boss door. I wonder what could be through here. This area seems to have been a Morkan base, and some of their old soldiers have been infected by X-Parasites. Welcome to the Chozo Soldier, and to spoil something, these are an enemy type we're actually going to be fighting a lot over the course of the game, and because of that, I'm very familiar with their patterns. So from there, you usually want to jump to the wall and then wall jump, and when they do that that spear spin, it means they're about to do a lunge. Their hitbox will get you if you're all the way on the side of the room when they jump like that. And I personally like to minimize my time spent in the air, because otherwise they might jump through me unexpectedly, and that's usually a one-shot. Now, when they're in Abomination form, as I like to call it, their Lance Lunge covers much further, almost the entire length of the room. And also in Abomination form, when they go onto a wall like that, they'll do what I like to call the sludgy roar, and that means they're going to jump into the center of the battlefield and make a sludge wave in either direction. Now, the good news with this particular variant of the Chozo Soldier is that it will always do the sludgy roar whenever it's on the wall. And that's a good thing, because the other attack that it could potentially do on a wall, if it was a later variant of this thing, is way worse. When they run out of health, you need to be ready to counter them twice, and then they die. So yeah, as I said, you get very, very, very familiar with how to fight those things as you play through this game multiple times, because we'll be seeing them a lot. So that big door was definitely meant to keep something in rather than keep us out. And whoops. Although honestly in this cutscene, the X-Parasites look strangely cute. I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but they kind of do. But yep, we've now unleashed an X-Apocalypse on this planet. We've already failed the treat our assets with care portion of our mission memo. Also, I like to speed boost down that corridor and just blast through that zombie Chozo, just because it's fun. So, I mean, maybe there's still hope. Maybe the X-Parasites are still contained only to this region of the planet, and we won't have to completely destroy everything. Here's the other problem with X-Parasites. They can possess anything, even something that's dead. Yeah, it was only a matter of time. So people have different interpretations of that I'm counting on you. I personally think that was Quiet Robe's last kind of moments of consciousness, him just getting that out before he was completely taken over. Or, you know, before his corpse was completely taken over. And, well, yeah, the X are in here too. Damn it. And the X-infected versions of those things can actually jump much higher. Oh, hi there. Yeah, the good news about the X-infection, though, is that these things make for really great energy absorption. Because those little guys all turn into tiny X's. Yep, that thing was also an X. And we have a Chozo zombie there. It's not looking good for this planet at all.
Uploading data.
The X have been released from their confinement. They have now scattered across the planet. This is no doubt the work of Ravenbeak. His motives are still a mystery. But your Metroid DNA grants you immunity to the X-Parasites. You can even absorb them. Perhaps it was some kind of message. Regardless, the X are here. They are overrunning the planet. They must be destroyed. Hurry to your ship, Samus. I trust you will make it here safely.
Can Samus ever set foot on a planet without causing some kind of apocalypse? It's just kind of the thing with her. It's like her and James Bond. Everything they touch explodes. Alright, this only turns into this weird lava thing. There's another thing that the X can transform those into that's way worse than this. In fact, I don't even need to care about you. But what I do need to care about is the fact that very soon we're going to be entering Emmy territory once more. So, we need to be careful, because this Emmy... Now, normally, how you fight Emmys doesn't really change on 0%, because they instant game over you anyway. But this one actually you do need to be careful of. And not do that. Okay, I gotta run. I gotta run. I gotta run. Because it can shoot ice beams at you. And if these ice beams hit you, they do a pretty sizable chunk of damage in a low percent run. So, this Emmy has more threats than just, well, instantly killing you. You'd think it couldn't get more threatening than that, but no, it does. Alright, I believe this is just... Yeah, that's just a map room. So yes, we have to go straight back into the lion's den. The ice lion's den, I guess. I guess now might be a good time to mention that I have silly nicknames for all of the Emmys. They're all given particular, like, designations in the menu, and it's actually based off of what power-up they give you. So, the Speed Booster one is SB, the Spider Magnum one was SM, but I have my own silly, just headcanon nicknames for all of them, because sometimes making jokey names about them just kind of makes them less scary. So, not that I really, like, I personally don't really find the Emmys all that scary. But anyway, just kind of a fun thing that I do, but, I do not like the fact that door was already open. Which makes me think that it's in here somewhere. Okay, we're getting out though, which is good. Unfortunately, our stint outside the Emmy zone is to be short-lived, but yes. So the SM, I call Super Mario. MB for Morph Ball, I call Madeline Bergman. I'm not sorry. Just because the main thing that I remember about Other M's story is a bunch of people just saying Madeline Bergman over and over again, as if it's the most profound thing in the world. Yeah, to me, Madeline Bergman is more of a meme than the baby from Other M, but I'm weird that way. SB is Sonic Battle, and this one, IM, is Instant Messenger. So here, I think there is another power-up that you can get if you are quick with falling, but I was not quick. Oh, hi there. Oh, I thought for a second that I didn't even get the counter there, but yeah, let's just do that. And these things are really cool. I like these. So these platforms are temporary, and you just jump on them and they go away like that. Another save room. Oh yeah, this is the big guy that the that little one could potentially get X'd into, but I don't really care about dealing with them, so I'm just gonna jump over. And let's just I'm low on energy, I may as well grab this. I mean, I'm always low on energy, but still. Okay, so here is kind of close to a point where we can do something interesting and get a certain power-up way early. So yeah, see those there? If you're familiar with Metroid, you probably know what that lightning is implying. But we're about to get what is a lot of people's actual least favorite power-up in this game. I still personally dislike the diffusion beam more than this. But this is the spin boost. There is a reason why most people don't like this, and it's kind of a spoiler to explain. This basically lets you double jump. Only during a spin jump, though. Now, read this carefully. When used underwater, Samus cannot gain more height over the first jump without the gravity suit. Again, read that carefully. So yeah, basically with this we can double jump, and I honestly think this is more useful than you might think, especially in boss fights, when most attacks are actually designed to be dodged with only a single jump or a double jump. So here, I can't get any more height, obviously. However, the tutorial never said anything about not gaining horizontal distance. I actually got stuck here for quite a while in my first playthrough because I didn't realize that was how this worked. But what they want you to do there is they actually want you to double jump and use the horizontal distance you get from the double jump to cross over to the other side. Again, it's a case of having to read the tutorial carefully because technically speaking, it didn't say anything about horizontal distance underwater. And this right here, this is where you're supposed to use this double jump for. This will get us in here. Oh, I just remember what's in here. Hi, Chozo Soldier! Yep, it's back. Okay, just do that. And yeah, I was just double jumping a little bit there. But usually, like, again, against these guys, double jumping kind of bad because you don't want to spend any more time in the air than you can help because otherwise, yeah, there's a chance they might decide to jump through you and that's no fun for anybody. Okay, it's already turned into an abomination. It's kind of a weird way to say it, but that's how I refer to it. Because, I mean, what else can you call this thing? Okay, yeah. I believe this variant still only does the sludge roar. There's a worse thing that later variants of Chozo soldiers can do when they're on the wall. Sludge roar, dodge the sludge wave. Thought for a second you were going to jump there. I feel like I'm releasing my charge beams a little early. Okay, I kind of barely jumped over that. Oh, right. God, did that too early. The thing is, these things, I feel like they actually recover a slight bit of health if you fail that counter. It doesn't fully heal them, I don't think, but it does push the phase back. The second counter, I find, is much more lenient than the first. Usually when you get the first counter, you get the second. So yeah, like once you learn how to fight those things, they're not too bad, but yeah. They kind of remind me of the Chozo ghosts from, oh yeah, so our next destination, we actually have to get all the way over there, which is quite a while, so I have some time to talk. They remind me a little bit of the Chozo ghosts in Metroid Prime 1, in that they're like a recurring mini-boss tier enemy that will show up quite often in, kind of in seemingly innocuous rooms. The Chozo ghosts, however, spawned randomly, which made them a little bit worse than these guys, which are fixed encounters. Oh, hi there. Come back here so I can super missile you. Yeah, they do lunge quite a way. Yeah, you're sort of meant to navigate back up here using the double jump. Thought you guys had already turned into X for a second. This one can actually be a little tricky, but yeah, we got it there. And back into the Emmy zone. In low percent, this is my least favorite Emmy to deal with because of that. And my Phantom Cloak's about to run out. Which means I have to be extremely careful because they will freeze me like that. Yep, I'm probably dead even if I don't get this counter. So I need to be very, very fast, otherwise it will catch me with the Ice Beam while I'm on my way out. Come on, come on. Okay, good. And I can easily top myself up with these things. Again, probably my least favorite enemy to fight in low percent. So, here, again, you have to remember that horizontal distance is still... Hey, could you come down here, please, so I can counter you? That would be much appreciated. Well, the temporary platforms disappeared, but I still got it. Is there something else up here? No, but I have to go back into the enemy zone. Where is it? Doesn't seem to be here. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. And that's going to take me in a circle. Oh, right, we're already ready to kill this one. I didn't realize that. So already I get my revenge on the Ice Emmy. Just feels like this thing's had its defense increased because, yeah, like overall, super missiles don't feel like that big of an upgrade in this game because by the time you get them, enemies' health is increased to the point where they're basically just normal missiles. It's really just like a kind of a power creep thing. It's just keeping you on the same level as the enemies. Of course, we also have the plasma beam now, speaking of power creep. There we go. It would have been really, really annoying if that last Rinker had actually got me while this thing was exploding. And okay, time. I was about to say time to put this Emmy on ice, but now I sound like Mr. Freeze making terrible ice puns. Oh wow, if the speed booster Emmy was Sonic, what if this one actually is like Mr. Freeze? Like what if it has a defective programming chip that causes it to make ice puns all the time? That would be even more horrifying. Because in my headcanon, the speed booster one likes to oh right, okay, this is what I like to do for this Emmy. Not this. I'm gonna go up here. Yeah, it's gonna try and climb this wall, I think. Then I'm gonna get up here, and then I'm gonna wait for it to go on the ceiling, and then I'm gonna set a trap for it. Okay, I wonder if I can actually get this now. Really? Okay, got the stun though. The rest shouldn't be too bad. Okay, it's right there. Okay, that was fast. There we go. And the best one-liner I could come up with is no more ice for you. But yeah, like in my dumb headcanon, the speed booster one had defective programming that caused it to say Sonic quotes all the time. Now in my headcanon, this one has defective programming that causes it to make ice puns, and that's why, maybe that's why its creator sent it out on this mission, because they wanted to get rid of it. But yes, ice missiles. That's the other thing. You don't have super missiles for very long at all. It's just like, you get another upgraded missile first. But just like Metroid Fusion, we now have the ice missiles instead of an ice beam, which lets us freeze enemies. Freezing enemies to use as platforms is not really a thing that's common in this game. I suppose we can... I mean, I would demo them against the Chozo zombie, but it's way more effective to just counter them. But yeah, if you freeze them, they actually don't die to a couple of beam shots. Good to know. But now we can destroy these, which according to the map are called Enkies. Please don't let me fall on top of one of those, because that would really suck. And let's save now that we've got ice missiles. Now, personally, I kind of like sticking this guy up here. As you can see, that is a one-shot. And now, they're gold robot Chozo soldiers, which means that both the counterable and the uncounterable blade attack one-shot you. Joy. And I believe the charge shot also... I was proven right there. Yes, the charge shot also one-shots you. And, oh, these things are actually kind of cool. But, yeah, I actually like those enemies overall. Oh, that tongue has less... Okay, then. Have never actually died to one of those before. I mean, I could be trying to aim diagonally, but, well, I'm not going to, because I'm lazy. Oh, dang it. Wow, that actually just skips the game over cutscene if it kills you. That's interesting. I'm getting a little more mileage out of the Phantom Cloak against this enemy. But only because I feel that it's kind of necessary. Oh, no. Can I even... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my Phantom Cloak ran out. I'm actually probably dead. Yep, I am. Because that's what the ice beam does. It's already over there. I kind of prefer it to be up here than... Can I... Oh, I can. I can beam up there. What am I thinking? I have a double jump. I've got to... Yeah, see, that's why this one's a pain on low percent. Oh, it's here. I much prefer it to be in the other room than here, because that happens. Yeah, and it also freezes you, so... That was incredibly slow.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Oh, it had the ice beam right in my face from the start. That really sucks. And yeah, with the drain from Phantom Cloak, the ice beam instantly killed me there. Question here is, should I just straight up run, or should I... No, I can't stealth because that happened. Ah, it delayed its timing.